All right, we're back right now. Sorry about that. We're back in action. Hope everyone's doing well. Appreciate you for coming on in. Thank you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me. But we're back. We're back. As you can see, we're back. Part 2 is faster than fast. We'll delete part 1 for now. But we are back for part 2. All right. And we'll get you going. Set up your own profitable mining pool in 15 minutes. Interesting. Something I would like to do. Overland. All right. We talked about Ben definitely coming back to the downside here too as well, because it was overbought on these time frames. It was likely having to come back down. That's just what happens when you're that beat up on the 4-hour time frame. I kept saying to everyone, it's going to have to come and touch the 21-day moving average on the 4-hour time frame before it can pump again. And then you had the shoulder, the head, and the shoulder for Ben. So I was spot on with this idea. I don't know if everyone watched what I was saying. I was 100% spot on with this idea, saying, hey, Ben is going to have to kind of come back down. I do believe it's eventually going to continue to pump. And it's crazy how the TA just plays out. Like, I don't know how, but the TA tells you exactly what to do and when to do it. It told us that it was a good time to get out up at these tops and then maybe really get back in at the lower areas, right? I believe Ben is just beginning its journey, but that's the key right there is what you do with Ben, right? So Ben took a move back down to 1787. That's what was supposed to happen, 100%. But now we still have hidden bullish divergence for Ben. It tells me that this thing could continue to the upside. I like what I'm seeing here for Ben. Just a slight pullback, and then it's going to make a moon, in my humble opinion. We'll pull out a Fibonacci, and it's going to come right down possibly to touch the 618 golden pocket, 706 area. I wouldn't be surprised if we went a little bit lower to 15, 13.5 before we got our bigger pump to the upside. People take profits when things go up that high. I mean, after a massive move to the upside, it is what it is. So there you have it for Ben. And again, you might want to FOMO with your emotions, but you can't use your emotions. You got to sit back, relax, and just let it go the way it's supposed to go. Super hard to do. That's the key, is once you get the TA, you have to harness your own self. Yourself is going to get in the way of the technical analysis every single time. That's what's going to happen, all right? That's just what's going to happen. So all right, let me get back in here. Sorry, everyone here. Only 67 people watching. I don't know why. More people should come right in. It's not that hard to jump right back into a new stream immediately as soon as possible. All right. If we had 500 people there, why don't we have 500 people now? It's like so weird how it works like that. But you know I'm back. You know I'm coming right back. So just look right to the stream, leave the initial stream, and come right back to the new one. Some people are probably still watching the old stream too, though. That's what I realized. You get kind of caught up with the new and the old streams. They battle each other a little bit because people don't know. All right. They just don't know. But we're back. We're back in action here. What I tried to do is I tried to connect an Elgato Streamlight. Don't try to do that. Learn from me. I have an Elgato light that wants to connect to the Wi-Fi, and I wanted to connect it to the Wi-Fi. So I connected to the Wi-Fi. Jamie, I tried to connect an Elgato Streamlight to the Wi-Fi. Asked me to put in the password, and it completely kicked me off of line. So I did that myself. It wasn't bad Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi is strong. The internet is fine. It was me trying to do too much at once. You know what I mean? It was me trying to do too much at once. Life is for the quick ones. I was caught on the old. Shout out to Rasco and everybody here. So definitely was going to be a pullback for Ben token. In my humble opinion, definitely was going to be a pullback for Ben token. All right. Fighting the emotions is the hardest thing to do in trading. It is so hard. It's still hard for me some days. You know, like I wanted to get back into CAS, but because I felt like it was going to pump, and I said, no. And lo and behold, it didn't. You know, it did go back down to where I thought it would, based on the technical analysis. Not what I thought, but what the TA told me was going to happen. It's weird how YouTube doesn't want to show the thumbnail for whatever reason. Oh, there it goes. All right. And make sure that I'm giving the part 2 idea here. Working overtime. Sad, only 124 people on the live. It's like when you have 800 to 1,000 people on your live for months on end, and then you have 127 people, but you have to just take a deep breath and realize it's okay. Everything happens for a reason. For whatever reason, I guess I was supposed to kick myself offline. I don't know why. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense to me, but it is what it is. You know, maybe the people that watch in the beginning will FOMO back into the secondary channel, and we'll keep it moving. But it is what it is. We've made 2,000 videos now on YouTube. It's been unbelievable what we've been doing. Shout out to my whole team that kicks it with me every single day. It's not easy what we do, right? Me and my team always pushing, always fighting, always making new content. Do you own Bob? Yes, I own some Bob. Tomorrow, 27.5. Sunday, 28,000. Monday, 29. Tuesday, 29. Wednesday, 32. Thursday, 35. Next Friday, 48,000. The China effect. I don't know about 48,000 next Friday, but you never know. Anything could happen. Just wait until Bitcoin starts pumping again. You have 1,000 watchers again easily. God bless you, man. God bless you. Everyone will come back into the fold. Back. There's the guy. There's the guy that's been talking about Bitcoin the whole time, and it never wavered. Never wavered. So I talked about Ben coming back down. I went over this numerous times. I said a great time to sell Ben up in these high areas. And lo and behold, and if you got caught FOMOing in, because what you'll do is you'll look at the 1 hour, and the 1 hour will be in like a little flag, and you'll think, oh, that flag's going to pump, right? And yeah, it pumped a little bit back up to 26, but then it has to come down. The bell tolls. For every single crypto, it does not matter. This is just how they play out. I can't explain it, but this is just what happens, all right? It's hard out here for a pimp. They'll be back watching, man. Shout out to Chris Keeper, man. Shout out to everybody. These are the real ones. Can't wait till you hit 1,000 subs on the tube, man. 100,000. Hey, man, it's going to take, it's such a long battle. You know, we'll see what will happen eventually, but it's such a battle. Such a battle. YouTube is the hardest job anyone could ever do in their lives. I'm telling you right now, it's not easy. It is not easy. If history is any indicator, you'll start adding subscribers at the rate of gains during the bull market, man. Your new live wasn't popping up back as well. Lifer gang, baby. I know, right? Hit the notification bell so you can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life. Listen to the bell gospel. It tolls for thee. The gross bard. I don't know what that is. Shout out to Bido, though. God bless you, man. God bless all of you beautiful lifers. Shout out to Timmy313 in the house. God, man, I see you. Always write God with a capital G, though, in my humble opinion. I just have I have this consciousness of never using a lowercase g when I write God. You know, just because God is not lowercase. But I'm not hating on you. I'm just something that I do that it's like I'm super OCD about. All right. Hype in the chat. We love your content, lifer. Let's take a look at the total 3. Total 3 is the entire market cap of all of the little coins. All right, all the altcoins, baby. And let's see what's happening. Let's break it down. Let's break it down. Big, little, small, tall. So I see it inside this channel. Up, down, you know. And we're expecting a bounce. All coins are expecting a bit of a bounce here. So we should get a pullback in Tether. And we should, you know, the Tether dominance. And we should get a move here in Bitcoin dominance. We're beginning this slight bullish divergence, but it is there. As that is swinging up. But this is swinging down. So there's a bullish divergence on all the altcoins. This is total 3. All the altcoins, look, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. All right? Lord is God, man. Shout out to you, my man. You're in the right place at the right time. Yep. Let's go. Great day to be alive. Shout out to Lifer Adam. Shout out to Squirrel OG. Shout out to everybody here. Lazarus Hand, Ammon, Timmy313, Big Tuna Crypto BTC. My man. My man. And so I see a move for the total market cap all the way back up. Total 3. Could make a beautiful move here to the upside. This would be at 14.44% in all of the market cap and then we get above this point of control. We get above the point of control, we can start to fly. So this is showing me signs of life here. And we got this shoulder, this head, and this right shoulder. That is an inverted head and shoulder on all the altcoins. Saying, hey, we may have bottomed on these alts. This could be it for the altcoins. Massive move up on the right shoulder. And the best place to get in is at the apex of the right shoulder. This could be a massive move for the altcoins. We got to get back above the resistance, though, at $400 billion. We get above $400 billion. Our next stop is $448 billion. And then we're going to continue all the way up to the measured move at $571 billion. So I like what I'm seeing for the altcoins. This does suggest that they could get a move to the upside. Then we also want to look at U.S. Tether dominance once you look at the altcoins. Why? Because you want to see Tether dominance should be wanting to fall to the downside on the daily. The daily says Tether dominance can pump up, which is interesting. Kind of strange here. But you can also see, look, the shoulder, the head, and the right shoulders attempting to make a dump. We also had a rising wedge that we broke down from. So let's get rid of it. It's been like a few days since I went over this in general. So right now, tether dominance on the 3-day chart, very overbought. Bitcoin's 3-day chart, very oversold. So just that alone tells us that we could start to get the pullback. Shoulder, head, right shoulder on the 3-day chart. This could be our top right here. There's a chance that this makes the top. And this is the inverted head and shoulder we just showed you on the altcoins. If you flip this upside down, altcoins want to move up. This wants to move down. The daily suggests maybe one more fake out breakout. But what we're looking at here is a pullback on the 3-day chart back below the zone, something like this. We'll see. That could make a flag. It could eventually get a bit of a pump. But right now, when we look at it in general, it doesn't look too healthy, right? Also, this is a swing up right there like this. This is a rising wedge. Rising wedges break down 68% of the time. Just something to think about, all right? 68% of the time, rising wedges break down 68% of the time, all right? Where's everybody on the live, man? How come we can't get everyone back that was here? I never understand that. I forget that people are going back to the beginning one. Maybe we should just delete the first one, but it does have information. I went over a bunch of stuff, so I guess we keep them both up. Eventually, people watch them both, and they actually get more views sometimes. It may help me out in the long run, so I'm going to take a deep breath and just let it flow, all right? Ever since my dad died, I'm just letting it flow. We've been trading AGIX early since this morning, man. It's been pumping. Yeah. What up, Sammy, my dude? Shout out to Wonder. Shout out to all the new people, Big Tuna Crypto. Shout out to Timmy313. Shout out to Sci Fly Moo, right? Shout out to Short Attention Spans. Shout out to John Connor. I'm here. Shout out to all the big people here. We need the chat flowing and going. Yeah, baby. Lost mine, too, in 2016. God bless you, brother. Sorry to hear that, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Do you hold CFX? I do not hold CFX. I'll swing trade it, though. Just got in on some Pappy. My super chat is blocked in my country, so I couldn't donate in crypto. Definitely join the 99 when gains are made. Thank you. Awesome. You're the best lifer. We out here. Tapping back in with you know what. Shout out to my man, Crypto Spiritual. I love that. Sweet love, man. You're funny, man. You love when I make sweet love to my wife. You guys are funny. My wife is a tart. She's a sexy little tart. She's not here right now, so I can say that, but my wife is a sexy little tart. I'm so excited. She's 40 years old, but she looks like she's like 27, man. I'm so lucky. I got my little sweetheart at home, loving on me all the time, telling me that I'm the best thing she's ever had in her life. And she's like, you're handsome. She's like, you're rich. She's like, these men got nothing on you. That's what she says all the time. She says, wow, you ruined any man for me. She's like, because you're the best. And man, she's the best. She does so much for me and my family. I love my wife so much. Man, you know what I mean? If any channel is destined to have a huge following, it's this one. Watch what happens over the next 2 years. Between the consistency, the TA, the short videos, the interviews, the networking. Bam, bam, bam. Shout out to God is Love. Thank you for the love. Guest spots and appearances on other channels. It's going to happen. Eventually, subscribers will snowball. Don't tell her she looks 27, though. Always tell a woman she looks 21. They will always be flattered. You're so funny. Shout out to my man, yo. You know the deal. So the dollar index, you know, we could see a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder here, all right, and start to get a bit of a slump easy. The 4-hour right now is going against it. This is U.S. tether dominance. Sorry, not the dollar index, U.S. tether dominance. But we got a bearish divergence here. Is that swinging up and that swinging down? The 4-hour suggests that we could get a pump here out of this flag. Maybe it's lackluster. Maybe we do get a pump, and then we get a dump back down, and just like it's like a bear trap for Bitcoin. But we do have to watch the smaller time frame. Suggests we could get a bigger move to the upside, but the bigger idea suggests that tether dominance is going to come back to the downside. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance, right? See how Bitcoin, that should want to pump if Bitcoin wants to pump hard, right? So we should be seeing some type of breakout for Bitcoin dominance. They go hand in hand. Bitcoin wants to make a big move. Bitcoin dominance usually wants to make a big move as well. Kind of a slanted shoulder, head, and a right shoulder, drunken. We call them a drunken inverted, but it could happen nonetheless. We got to look here at the daily time frame right now, and we look at the daily, and this daily wants, you know, it's struggling a little bit, but it's doing good, showing signs of life here, and it isn't a falling wedge that could break to the upside. We even have the shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. We see an inverted head and shoulder here on Bitcoin dominance, suggesting a move is coming for Bitcoin dominance back to at least to the top of the channel. So that's also a bullish sign for me, in my humble opinion, that Bitcoin could get a bit of a move. Altcoins will be hard to trade when Bitcoin decides to rip to the upside. Remember, there's one more big rip coming before the altcoins really start to get some love, right? There's a bit of a cup right there. That's a handle. That's a cup and handle on Bitcoin dominance as well. We could see a massive move. We look at our 3-day chart, and that wants to pump. So US total dominance wants to dump on us, and Bitcoin dominance wants to rip. It's got a bit of a double bottom here too as well. Almost an Adam and Eve right here in a way. An Adam and Eve double bottom. There's your Eve. There's your Adam. And now it's just making the flag, and these things pop hard. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a massive move for Bitcoin. Bitcoin dominance suggesting a big move. Lack of bearish momentum too as well. I'm telling you right now, Bitcoin dominance can predict when a big move is coming for Bitcoin, because when a big move comes for Bitcoin, Bitcoin dominance should want to pump to the upside. Have you seen the staking feature on Casper Live? 10% APY. No, thank you so much. I'll have to figure that out though. What wallet are you using to do that? How did you send Casper away from MEXC Global? Just let us know that information, and I'll be getting my 10% a year. Thank you so much for the love. All right. We ought to win over TAUM. The fact that this thing went absolutely to the moon. Orbital Torium, which sounds like some type of Latin word, honestly. And I put this in a cup and handle, and look at the 3-day chart. Just absolutely exploded on the 3-day chart. Absolutely exploded. 121% gains for this coin to the upside. All right. Why would he send an email to a total stranger? Sam Price for president of the blockchain party. God bless you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. I'm taking a small break, painting a bridge back to work. So just listening. Amen. Painting a bridge, man, doing his thing. My dad used to hang out with the bridge guys, as an iron worker. You know what? They used to build the bridges too as well, man. God bless you for saying that. Maybe I want to make sure I might actually be on the wrong comments. Let's make sure I'm getting the right comments from today. I don't know why I had to try to be big and add to my Wi-Fi connection there. I made a mistake. It wasn't the Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi has been strong. What I did is I had an Elgato key light that I decided to add to, and when I did that, had a bit of an issue. All right. Stream was pumping too. Already 42 minutes into the stream. Things are going well. It was a great stream. I'm feeling great today too, man. Shout out to the 277 people back on the live, and as everyone sees that the live ends, they'll jump on into the new live. So that's why I'm ahead of the live. That's what happens too. I have to remind myself of these situations. All right. And look, watching me get through this is a tough time. A live stream that does really good. Every time I do this, it's not great for the algo. It's not good for the stream, So this is the right chat. I wanted to make sure I was in the right chat just in case. I've done it before many times. Tau is a prefix, usually means the good. Interesting. And we're back. You know nothing, mind your business, bud. Yep. Keep the positive vibes, baby. Blockchain should never be, I don't know what's going on. Just do your own research with delegate. Some delegators have higher fees. Okay. Sam Price for president of the blockchain party. Amen. We started the blockchain party, man, where we're going to put every single thing on the blockchain. I got you, ever. Who can I email this in an address of my girlfriend? She's 38 and looks fire. No, laws they made different. You know what I mean? Who can I send an address of my? I don't know what's going on there. I got to give you. Who can I email to get a send address? My girlfriend, pretty hot too. She's 38, looks fire. You can email cryptolifers@gmail. But we got to reinstate our P.O. box. So right now we're not able to get presents, which kind of sucks. It kind of stinks, Staking equals inflation. It's a double-edged blade. I don't know about that, man. We're still in the meme coins here. Boom, boom, boom. We're here, Sammy, live, going strong. Much love to the lifer. Shout out to Lifer Adam. A Boilermaker in the house, producing pressure vessels and making gains at once. Thank you, Sammy. God bless you. He didn't even have to put it out there himself. He was proposed on ATB. I don't know what you mean by that, too. Anyway. No need for a spliff, man. God is your spliff, man. You don't need anything else but God. You really don't. Remember, this refund token was just pumping hard, too. I want to take a look at that. Was it RFD? I don't even remember what. It was a brand new coin, so I might be off here. Refund coin here on KuCoin. This thing was just taking off, absolutely out of control. We look at the 1 hour time frame, and I put it in this falling wedge, and look at it. It's up over 100%. Then made another flag here to the, and this thing is just getting hot. Like, people just want this. They want it all, right? Pretty crazy. The key is to find a setup, nestle right in, and when it gets to the overbought regions of the RSI and the Stokes, to take profits. And look, it made an M pattern too, came to the downside. It is what it is. So everyone wants to know what happened to Ben. If you watch my live stream for the last 2 days, I told you Ben was likely going to pull back based on the where it was. I don't know if it's on the... When I do the Fibonacci on the 4 hour time frame, I don't get the 618 yet. From this impulse right here, all right, all the way to the top. Says there's a little ways to go to the 618. However, it is kind of now mingling with the 21-day moving average. And that's kind of gets it going again. That's where Ben really starts to, it may bump down right back down to 15, 16 area. But this is just the beginning of this coin. I believe big things are coming for it. Ben just put out a video, too, talking about the roadmap. And they're working hard. So more things are going to happen. They have an idea for the coin, an idea to make it happen. So I'm excited to see. And it was all kind of destiny. That all happened by destiny. It really was. That was a spur-of-the-moment thing that Ben.eth made. Then Ben looked into it. And boom, next thing you know, it all got kind of put together. So... it's a very interesting idea, and I didn't get a chance to watch this video yet. I was setting up for my live stream, but I will watch that video. Hey, Lifer, hope you're good. Can you take a look at send in a super chat? Is PSYOP a scam coin? I'm a bit confused with what's going on there. People enjoy going on vacation in Dubai. Interesting. Roadmap video was interesting. Hopefully he does everything he plans for. Pants off, dance off. Crypto pump incoming. Let's go. Chinese coins pumping soon. Already getting ready. Let's take a look at CFX, which is kind of the main coin that I'm looking at. They've been like one of the ones that the Chinese government has said is legit and that they want to work with. So it's got that stamp of approval. All right. It's called Conflux, CFX. And you can see I got this bit of a shoulder, head and a right shoulder here, getting tighter on the zone. The 4 hour says this thing is about to rip to the upside. I wouldn't be surprised. So show me the charts and I'll show you the news. The news is that this is going to get some new pumps coming in as a new narrative. 61% gains coming out of CFX. Anything could happen, but that's looking interesting to me. Just started watching you 2 weeks ago while at work in the AM. I'm hooked. I may end up joining your group. Shout out to Miguel Pez. Thank you so much for the love. Ben is going to be huge, says somebody. I believe it will. I believe it will. It's going to be massive. Not just huge. It's going to be massive, man. Massive, baby. Massive. All right. So much to talk about, so much to break down, so much to look at, all right? And remember, one last thing I don't want you to ever forget is where we trade, mainly on KuCoin. So grab a link to KuCoin and jump on in today. I'd greatly appreciate that. And mainly on MEXC. The reason why I trade MEXC mainly is because that has low fees, all right? The low fees is really the way to go, all right? That's what it's all about for me. I don't know what it is for you, but it's about the low fees for me, all right? Zero spot zero spot trading fees. So whatever you're doing on spot, zero. And then if you're trading futures, only a taker fee. So if you use limit orders on your futures, you're basically not paying anything. You gotta love that. I mean, that's an amazing idea that they're doing. So, and that's for the people. I mean, think about it. Even people like me, we do get commissions. When the fees are that low, we don't get a lot of commission. So the savings just goes right back to the user. I'll make that really, really clear. So saving goes right back to the user. And so, it's really just, we're all together promoting the fact that you get to not spend any money when you buy stuff. The whole point of an exchange is to make money off of you. That's the whole point, right? But MEXC has a smart idea to get more popular by doing what the people want and then taking it to the next level. All right. And look at it. I mean, you can see it right here. MEXC, zero spot maker and taker fees. I mean, it's insane. Like, I've never seen anything like that on any exchange, right? So it does make sure that all of us are kind of cool with it, But it is what it is, man. I'd rather you get the savings than me get paid. It's really about all of us moving together. Every time you forego your own needs, your own for other people's, you get paid way more in the end. Yeah, you know. So it's about being patient. It's about doing the right thing for each and every one of you. In my humble opinion, that's what it's about. So, hey, I'm with it if you're with it. 0 spot maker and taker fees. You know what I mean? So you can't beat that. You can't beat that. All right? You really can't. So one thing I wanted to do too is just be able to give you that access really fast and furiously so you could get down. Team, I want to make sure you guys are using the right link. The link just doesn't seem to be like it doesn't seem to be like valid. It may not be the right link. I don't know. For me, it's not looking like the proper link. Anything could be right or wrong, but yeah, it should have like that YS at the end. I just want to make sure it doesn't look the same like it normally does. You know what I mean? Now I'm sitting here bugging around. Anything you guys could do to help me from not doing this type of stuff on the live stream would be awesome. All right. Interesting. I'm going to grab the link right here, right where I see it, and then we're going to paste it on in. But just make sure the link is correct. I see a shortened version of it, but it should look more like this, in my humble opinion. I'm going to send it to Jamie and to Sean. But this is how the link should look. I always get weary of the shortened links on the live stream. I don't know what that means, because I don't know if it's going to work or not. So just be super careful. You know what I mean? That could really, really just hurt everything that we're doing. So check with me too. Always say, hey, and let's do one thing I ask a little bit more of is just more of a checking with me. Like when I sent out all the footage recently, if you guys could say, hey, I received folder 1, I received folder 2. I had to ask to find out if people received it. I really want a little more communication if I can. It would be nice, you know. Like I used to work in TV for years, so I'm expecting that. Like, hey, we got this file. Hey, we got that file. And that was expected of me all the time. If I could just get a little more communication, yes, because I don't know. You know, it's all assumption in the air, and I want to make sure that we all know what's going on and we're all together on the same page. All right. Sometimes I don't get a chance to say this. I'm super busy. Been traveling the last couple of days. So, you know, if I send like Dropbox, we're using Dropbox now. If you get a file for me on Dropbox, I'd like a message back. Hey, I got file 1. Hey, I got folder 2. Hey, I got folder 3. You know what I mean? And because I don't have the time to be like, hey, did you get this folder? Hey, did you get that? It would just be nice if I got feedback. So just a little more communication would be greatly appreciated. That's all. I'm trying to say it the nicest way possible. I think ARB is a great long-term hold for the next bull run. Just my opinion. Of course, I'm with it 100%. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I pinned the message here to MEXC. If you want to jump into MEXC and get 0 fees, it's just the place to be. And you can trade Ben. You can trade all sorts of stuff there. You go to Spot, you type in Ben, and you can trade Ben exactly as you want to trade it. All right? So Optimism looking pretty nice too. Let's take a look. So CFX looks like a big move is coming, in my humble opinion. Shoulder, head, and a shoulder, getting tight in the zone. Lack of momentum. 4 hour looks beautiful. I wouldn't be surprised if CFX went up 60%, broke that all-time high, and continued to pump to the upside. All right? But it is what it is. It is what it is. All right? Like, right now I want to see, did you guys get all 4 folders for the Miami event? One, you know, each one was the day I shot on the Osmo Pocket, and then one was all the stuff that I shot on my iPhone. I would just like a verification. Yes, we have access to all 4 folders. Yes, we've downloaded everything from the 4 folders. So that's just something I really would like to know without having to ask, if possible. Sorry, I don't mean to be rude. Sometimes people say, "Oh, he's rude." I'm like, I'm just trying to lay down the law. Hope you're good, man. Can you take a look at USUA? It's a nice long-term project. Thank you for saying that, man. God bless you, brother. And we'll look at coin market cap real quick and take a look at it. I've never heard of the coin, so I have no idea what it is. We'll take a look at it for you right away. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. God bless you, man. Pepe back doing its thing. And, you know, a lot of big money is going into Pepe, which got me thinking, hey, there's a bigger plan for Pepe. Something bigger is coming for it. It's interesting. No, there really is zero fees, man. It's actually zero fees. I mean, of course, there's a funding fee on the futures, but honestly, they're going to be, you already have, there really is zero fees on spot trading. Absolutely zero fees. So I know you're like skeptical of it, but you can't be, that means you're skeptical of me, and I would never say something that's not true to you, man. I wouldn't. So, XRD, thanks for everything, Sam. Member since March, and Mick loving it. Shout out to my man, D-Dubs, man. God bless you, brother. USHA, right? USHARK. $1.6 million market cap. All right, so it's a tiny, tiny coin. All right, let's see. It's 0.0. It's 0.2 of a cent. Okay. Chain Explorers. That's interesting. Tron scan. So it's on Tron, I guess. It's got a Tron address. I don't even know how you access this coin. It's on Bitmart, Big One, and US. Bitmart's like, usually, it's like, when you're on Bitmart, you're one of the tiniest coins in the game. All right. USHARK.io. And again, I know nothing about this. Someone just sent it a super chat. I don't know what's going on. The bridge that unites two major markets. Be a shark. Startups. Upgrade to Tron Link. USHARK AI token. USHA TRC20. Import USA token using your smartphone. Using your desktop. Change from MetaMask to Tron Link wallet. Interesting. So you need a Tron Link wallet to access this coin. All right. USHARK.io. Let's see what they say they do. About us. USHARK presents the beginning of a new era, intertwining today's most lucrative markets into a single token, startups and cryptocurrencies. The Accelerator Center helps ambitious startups impact global change through their business, realize their ideas, and accelerate their growth. The AC is a hub for action that provides an extensive selection of customizable opportunities, also bringing innovation to life. Startups consultancy in London. Thrive in your business and achieve your ambitions. USHARK. Still don't really know what the heck they do, though. You know what I mean? I get it. There's an idea there, but it's pretty ambiguous right now. Meet our startup portfolio. USHARK presents the reality of the future. We're proud partners with some of the world's most visionary founders. We are redefining the role of technology in our lives. The companies we support are visionary, determined, disruptive, and will change the future of business for the better. Learn more about our startups. Artificial intelligence, biotech, Internet of Things, working space. Interesting. Pocket Clinic. SCRAP. I still don't really truly understand what they do. All right. I got a nice sense of an idea, but they don't explain it fully. Good that you bring up communication. Most of your links under your videos aren't complete. They end with an example, MEXC invite C. So when clicking, you get a link ending there. Exactly. Someone's doing that. It's my team, man. I don't know what they're doing. Let's get that situated, please. See, now I find out you didn't get the folders that I think you had, and see, this is why I need help. I need help from my team. I really do. See, my team, you guys tell me days later that things aren't working. It's just unacceptable, man. You guys got to tell me right away. You got to communicate more. Okay. Okay. All right. CFX looking interesting. That's something on the radar. Total market cap. Let's look at the DXY and what tricks it has up its sleeves today, right? So it pumped hard, right? We talked about being in this ascending triangle, and it did get the pump. And look at the 4-hour says it wants to pump too. So today it pumps with Bitcoin. Amazing, right? Unbelievable. Insanity. Truly insanity. But we saw that this could pump to the upside. Did have a measured move. Now the 4-hour is suggesting that it can get a bigger move. Okay, let's take a look here. See, and look, pumping up to the 200 SMA. Whenever these get tight, you pump up to the 200 SMA. This is the idea. And also, it's an Adam and Eve double bottom. It's showing signs that somehow the dollar is striving to become harder and bigger and better and push. If you look at the weekly chart, let's take a look at the weekly chart, right? You have this extreme resistance here on the weekly. Resistance, 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 bouncing back off that previous resistance, and you double bottom there. When you look deeply at it, off of the weekly, you do see it's an Adam and Eve double bottom. Weekly is getting higher and higher, but I see bigger moves coming. It's kind of interesting. Does the dollar pump with Bitcoin? I mean, at one point, Bitcoin's going to be on its own cycle, and then they're going to manipulate the dollar to try to get it back up above to scare bricks and all that. So here's the deal. Yeah. We have a major resistance for the dollar, 105. All right. That's like the area that we really have to get back above. All right. Major resistance at 105. Then we see here, we got like, you know, the 4-hour says that it can continue to the upside too as well. And I'm going to try to bring us back in here. So this is the Adam and Eve double bottom that I was looking at. I mean, it is an Adam and Eve. That's a sharp move. That's the rounded bottom. I mean, that's the definition of an Adam and Eve double bottom. I can't unsee that. That's the one thing about being a TA guy. Like, you'll start understanding things and seeing them. Okay. So this thing could continue to pump. I mean, the dollar right now, the 4-hour time frame suggesting that this thing can continue. However, it is pushing down. I'd like to see it get rejected, and it does have a bearish divergence. That's the one thing that's kind of good. Like, that's flat, and that's more of an uptrend, right? And that is a bearish divergence. That's telling you that we should start to see a bit of a move back to the downside. Slight rising wedge too, but it could go sideways. We'll watch this closely. You know, right now the dollar, Bitcoin wants to pump. It would be nice to see the dollar index start to make a move to the downside. You know what I mean? Maybe retest and come on down. All right. So that's just one thing that I'm looking at that's kind of worrisome. But when we look at the weekly, right, you're starting to get to that higher point. We look at our 3-day chart. And our 3-day chart is overbought. So what we're looking for here is a possible move lower on the dollar index, which would just, you know, help out the cause for Bitcoin. Again, they could pump together, as you can see, but maybe we're making a right shoulder here first, and we get a fuller pullback for the dollar. That's one thing to see, you know, 3-day chart, 2-day chart, and even the daily chart. You know, they're getting overbought, extremely overbought. So that's telling me, hey, you know, we're likely to get a little move here for Bitcoin. And again, the Adam and Eve does not have to play out. we could just hit this resistance and then flop down. So just something to think about for the dollar index. All right. And that brings us to the news. Thank you so much for the love. And team, I appreciate everything you guys do. It's more of me. Like, it's me. Like, I need over communication because I'm slowby. All right. I'll put myself, I move so fast. I don't remember everything. And I get so much in my head with the charts. And then I look back and I just need to be, my mom babied me a lot. And I'm not saying I need to be babied, but it's extra communication is key for me. That's how I get less like lost in the sauce. So it's not even about you. You probably did the right thing. I just need more communication. All right. So it's about it's more about how I work, All right. Binance gets green light to operate exchange in Thailand. That approval marks a year-long. My name is Samuel James Price, and I do a show called The Crypto Lifer Show. I'm the Crypto Lifer, and every single day I bring you the news that's going to show you an exchange maybe getting bigger in another country. Maybe there's something happening with a new coin that's going to bridge with Microsoft or something like that. You never know what's happening in the market. And again, show me the charts and I'll show you the news. But this news is awesome. And we can also see kind of how we're expanding through the globe and what's happening. Also, digital clarity, what's happening in different countries. So that's why I bring you the news every single day, because I want you to understand what's the most important thing to know about in the news today. So Binance gets a green light to operate exchange in Thailand. That approval marks a year-long effort for Binance in Thailand, which sought the help of domestic and publicly listed Thai company. So they worked really, really hard to do this. Binance has finally locked down a digital asset license in the Southeast Asia after partnering with a local business in Thailand to establish an exchange there. Dubbed Gulf Binance, the initiative is a collaboration between the world's largest crypto exchange and Gulf Innova Co., a wholly owned Thai subsidy of publicly listed holding company Gulf Energy. It follows a year-long effort for Binance to reestablish a foothold in the country after being booted out for operating without a license amid criminal complaints from Thai security regulator. It's also the first license Binance has secured across the region, despite continuing to operate in several countries such as the Philippines without an appropriate licensure. The agreement between the pair, laid out in January of last year, was designed to allow the exchange a viable pathway to re-enter by assuaging those concerns through a domestic and publicly regulated business. So they merged with another business, maybe gave them some of the piece of the pie, and that business probably is connected to the government officials there, so they weren't going to, you know what I mean? Like, they wanted to be rubbed the right way, or they weren't going to let them in, you know what I mean? It kind of makes sense. So you got to do what you got to do, and you got to pay who you got to pay to get where you want to go in this life. It's just how it works with politicians these days. Circle launches Euro-backed stablecoin on Avalanche. Circle, the stablecoin issuer, launched the Euro-backed Eurocoin on the Avalanche network. Avalanche becomes the second blockchain to support the stablecoin after Ethereum. Stablecoin issuer Circle has rolled out its Eurocoin stablecoin on the Avalanche network. This is big for Avalanche. This is big for Circle. Never been a huge fan of Circle, a little shady, in the backgrounds, but at the same time, it is what it is. They have USDC coin, which tracks the US dollar with a market capitalization of almost $29 billion, and Eurocoin has a significantly lower market cap of $48 billion. Significantly lower. They went from 29 to 48. What is that? Of almost 29 billion. Oh, 48 million, sorry. And Eurocoin has a significantly lower market cap at 48 million, according to CoinGecko data. But it's just getting started, It's not going to be huge. This is going to get started. So, pretty interesting. Polygon, MEV protocol Fastlane gets 2.3 million in raise led by multi-coin capital. So, Fastlane seed round will support its hiring efforts. The project claims that supporting MEV, which is a Matic Ethereum virtual machine, through its protocol, will help to protect against spam and blockchain reorganizations. That's a pretty big deal too. All right. Active NFT traders drops to the lowest point since 2021 as FOMO wanes. Hey, that tells me it's a good time to probably get back in to these NFTs. All right. And Bitcoin price could reach $45,000 due to rising gold price, says JP Morgan. They were bearish, now they're bullish. Remember saying you never to buy Bitcoin, now they're saying it's going to go up. You never know about these banks. The rising gold price implies a Bitcoin price of $45,000, according to JP Morgan strategists. The strategists expect either to somewhat underperform Bitcoin over the near term. The current gold price of nearly $2,000 per ounce would imply a Bitcoin price of $45,000, according to JP Morgan analysts, as the two assets tend to move in tandem, as seen as an alternative by investors. With the gold price rising above $2,000, the value of gold held for investment purposes outside of central banks is currently valued around $3 trillion. In turn, this implies a $45,000 price for Bitcoin under the assumption that Bitcoin equalizes gold in private investors' portfolios in risk capital or volume-adjusted terms. JP Morgan considers the 45,000 Bitcoin price as an upper limit, indicating limited potential for the asset beyond this increase driven by the doubling of mining or production costs. The upcoming Bitcoin halving in April or May would mechanically double Bitcoin's production cost to around 40,000, according to JP Morgan. This is because Bitcoin's production cost has historically acted as an effective lower bound. JP Morgan strategists say, indeed, the previous halving effects of 2016 and 20 were accompanied by a bullish trajectory for Bitcoin prices that had accelerated post the halving event. And we all know we're waiting on that halving and big moves, but that's interesting to see what they're saying. Avalanche, AVAX token remains flat ahead of its $130 million token unlock. Yikes. So millions of AVAX tokens, the native crypto of Avalanche, will be unlocked on Sunday and distributed to key players in the ecosystem, adding to a major 1.2% increase in the total supply. The 9.3 million tokens entering the circulation on May 27th were worth roughly $130 million at the press time. They're set to go to Avalanche Foundation, strategic partners, and Avalabs, as well as an airdrop, said Patrick Sutton, Avalanche's communication chief. Tokens from the unlocks aren't automatically put to use. It just means that the foundation can now use them, but it's at their discretion when and how to use them. So there could be a massive sell-off for Avalanche. I'd be looking at that. Let's see what the charts say for Avalanche. And that is the news, everybody. Thank you for looking at the news. We're going to get back into our regular scheduled program and put that music back on, baby. Avalanche would be called AVAX. If you're looking for the ticker, you're looking for AVAX. And it might be a short scenario here to make some money shorting the market. So, when they're unlocking a lot of coins, let's see what's happening here. A bit of an Adam and Eve, inverted Adam and Eve. You can see that too as well. All right, we had it tighten the channel, but it came back down to the 618. And that was before the massive dumpage that we had on the overall market. So let's take a look at what's happening to Avalanche. Let's go to the 3-day chart and take a look at it and see what we're seeing. So Avalanche is at a very low market price, right? I remember when it first came out, it was at $10, $11, $12. And it made a massive move, I believe, to $130, which was his all-time high here, $147. So, wow. I mean, it could definitely 10x back to where it was before. I'm not a huge fan of AVAX, but I'm not, I'm kind of in the middle on AVAX. You know what I mean? I know I was watching Ben yesterday, BitBoy, or the other day, and him and AVAX do not get along. He's like, I'm going to show you guys, Sometimes I'm even like, yikes. But we'll look at AVAX right here. I mean, bit of a shoulder, head and a shoulder, doing similar to what the whole overall market cap of the altcoins are doing, but it's lower, below all the moving averages and below this point of control. All right, suggesting that it may meander here. The daily also looking like it's in a bit of a bear flag. So let's look at here. The daily wanted to push down there. I'm looking for some divergence, and technically, you could say it's in a falling wedge, but it also could be kind of a bear flag here to the downside. I believe this unlocking will make a new low for Avalanche, or at least kind of come down and hit this double bottom. So I'm looking for a double bottom for Avalanche, possibly a lower low. When they unlock that many coins, to me, it tells me something is brewing. The idea behind it is we'll just look at the resistance. If AVAX can get back above the resistance, it can likely climb to the top of the channel. If it comes up here and doesn't get above it, and we roll over in the Stokes, it's likely to head lower. So that's an easy play. I mean, if it can't get back above the zone and you see the 4-hour Stokes reset, likely it's going to get shorted back down to about, $10.45. Dogelon Mars, below June levels, which is low, just in case no one remembers. Remember that, baby? Dogelon Mars? Which is called ELON, right? ELON is Dogelon Mars, if I'm correct. Actually used to hold this coin. Dogelon. All the way at the lows. Look at that. Lower than it's ever been, ever. Be careful. It's been lower. All right, so it's actually holding some gains, but on a high risk, high reward on these little tiny muffins. You know what I mean? These little tiny muffins. I don't know why I called it a muffin, but it is a little muffin, right? So ELON, USDT on the daily time frame, looking interesting. All right. Best channel in the crypto world. God bless Jay Bella, man. Thank you for the love, brother. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. Appreciate each and every one of you for stepping on in, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. All right. Super chat XRD, Lakochi Coker, and my man. Thank you for saying that. I mean, it looked like it could pump. Like, there's a bit of a cup with a handle. It's a slanted cup and handle. It does want to push to the upside there on the MACD. It's interesting. Very, very high risk because these coins are very, very small. XRD, I talked to the XRD team. Radix, baby. And Radix is an interesting coin, to say the least. All right. So let's take a look at what we see happening for Radix. So I see a move for, I was saying best way is wait for Radix to get above and retest the 8-cent region. Boom. Or even retest this, 11-cent region. That's where Radix could really make some serious gains. But it's all about the Fibonacci. So we'll take a fib from the top to the bottom here. And you see we're at that 706 level coming to the 786. And it's getting tighter and tighter in this falling wedge. Only a matter of time, in my humble opinion, before Radix just absolutely takes off. A lot of people like to use Radix, right? It's easier to develop. It's easier to create. That's the point of Radix, right? It's just it's a full-blown software. Yeah. So here's the deal. This thing could make a moon to the upside, right? Boom, boom, boom. 158% gains. We first got into Radix before when it was eRadix at 9 cents, and it ripped all the way to 45 cents, if I remember correctly. Recently had its own push up in April from about what? Like 3 cents all the way to 15 cents. I mean, it did a 5x in April in a matter of a few days, like from the 3rd all the way up. This thing could get busy again anytime. I'm watching this very, very closely. eRadix, definitely keep this on your radar. Or Radix now. It used to be EXRD, but now it's XRD. They've kind of moved into their proper channels. But this coin is fast. It can operate really nicely. It was really like my next Phantom idea. The tech is there. I even talked to the people that work on it, not eRadix people, but the people that work on eRadix at Consensus in Austin, Texas. And it's just been amazing. I can't believe how many people I've met in the last two weeks, or to a month and a half, really, from Consensus to Bitcoin Miami. It's just been a blur, man. I've traveled so much. I've lost my dad. The last 2 months, so much has happened. It's been insane, and I still have to maintain and be the leader of my trading group, the positive force on this live stream, and it's never been easy. All right, but it's rewarding. I'll tell you that. Okay. And you got to be on everything. As the CEO of your company, you got to be on everything all the time. All the time. Super, super important that you're just watching, because no one's going to care as much as you do about your company. Everyone will care with 100%, but maybe everyone will care as much, but no one will have the attention to detail that you have. It's your baby. That's just like a CEO lesson there. It's your baby. You can't let things just go to the wayside or assume things are going to be all right. You have to make them all right no matter what. eRadix could make a massive gain to the upside. Definitely something we're looking at. So we looked at Bitcoin. We looked at Bitcoin dominance, U.S. Tether dominance, right? We looked at the DXY. Let's look at ES1. And I promised you the CME future gaps too as well. So we're going to go over those as well towards the end of the stream. So stay tuned for that. We're not done yet. All right. So look at this. We talked about the S&P breaking to the upside, and I went over the fact that it could break out of here. It was likely going to channel in this little zone. We hoped that it made that little flag once it broke out, but it broke back inside the pattern, a little bit of a bear trap, a bull trap, like they did for Bitcoin. Same idea. Made Bitcoin look like it was going to pump, came back down, but now it's tighter in the zone. So look, we can almost kind of readjust here. And this is what I'm seeing. I mean, an ascending triangle, so to speak, here for the S&P, right? And the daily looks like it's about to rip to the upside. I like what I'm seeing for the S&P, so I'm calling a bigger move for the S&P. All right, somewhere by next Wednesday or Thursday, it looks like the S&P is going to be on its way up to about $4,500, and they're going to have to print money because of the debt ceiling, right? Once they figure out the whole issue and they don't default, they're going to pump, and when they pump that money, it's going to go to big investments and big banks, and what they're going to do, they're going to throw it into the S&P. They're going to throw it into digital assets. There's no other, emerging assets in the digital world, which is the S&P. S&P is tech. You know what I mean? And tech is the hot thing right now, AI, and there's so much tech happening. I can see the S&P making a massive move to the upside. So just calling it out right now as it is. Remember, we called the bottom for the S&P back in October. We nailed this area right here. Had anyone listened to me, they'd be in the money huge on some massive investments. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't think I'm saying you should be taking this financial advice, but if you looked at me, you saw that call, and then you did your own technical analysis, and it kind of corroborated with the story, I might have set you on the right path for a move to the upside. Let's take a look back at Bitcoin as it was just kind of struggling there, and this thing just continues to moon. I'll give you an updated chart of that, Sean, and we can update that link. I'll do that at the end of the live stream. I appreciate you, brother. And thank you, Jamie, too. Everyone in the game, you guys are amazing. I'm blessed to have you all in my life. I want to make that really clear. Whenever I need more clarity or something, it's not on you guys. It's on me. I need to communicate as smoothly and as simply as possible. That's really what it's all about. So we watched this 1 minute chart suggesting that the 1 minute could get busy. And what did it do? It went absolutely sideways, which tells me that sideways is good after a massive pump. You know, you go sideways like this after a pump like that, it tells me that Bitcoin could be getting ready for another bigger move, right? To me, it's just channeling. You know, some say it's got a descending vibe, but you know me, it's got more of a bull pennant vibe, if you ask me, especially on this 1 minute chart. All right. And we make this bigger here. Man, I had some tacos yesterday and I was super hungry. I had a boat. You have to take a boat to get to my mom's house. And I had to take a boat to get to my mother's house. And it wasn't easy. And you get in at like 8, and most of the restaurants were closed, but there was one place that was just staying open a little bit more. And I ate a bunch of insane food. Like I ate like a burrito. I don't know what I ate. And I tell you right now, my stomach is ripping. It's ripping. So I see a move here for Bitcoin to 27,200. All right. To me, it says it wants to breach. It got through this gap. It's hanging out at this point of control. The 1 minute time frame says a bigger move is coming. And again, I know it's the 1 minute, but we're sticking on the smaller time frames after a bigger pump like this. I would not be surprised if Bitcoin made a bigger move to 27,22222 on the 222. So that's looking like a nice move for me. Anything could happen, but that's what I'm looking at here for Bitcoin. Lack of bearish momentum, falling volume with falling price. This thing is just going sideways. It's getting ready for a bigger move. We look at our 7 minute time frame. Similar idea on the 7. That's a flag on the 7 minute. And that's what you want to see. After a massive pump like this, you want to flag out, and you want to see that the 7 minute, the 1 minute, these smaller time frames are making a flag. If they make a flag, there's likelihood this will continue to the upside. We touched that 21, and this thing could rip on a Friday, which is unbelievable. We're getting that Bitcoin pump on a Friday. Everyone's kind of getting ready for the Hong Kong exchange coming in. A lot of money happening. The banking system doesn't look amazing. And you know what's interesting is, look, there's an Adam and Eve double bottom right there. It's funny, I see this one after the fact. Wish I had seen it beforehand. But there's your Adam, and there's your Eve on the 7 minute time frame. And look what happened. The Adam and Eves are like some of the most ferocious blazing patterns. They just pump hard. There's an Adam and Eve right there, and boom, to the upside. So it was all there. And we gave you this initial trade down here. We're starting to trade right here to the 200 SMA. You'd be in massive gains right now had you just watched my live stream yesterday or been in the trading group where I kept talking about the fact that we were getting a move higher to the upside. This morning, I even talked about how the bigger time frame was likely going to the top of this bigger channel here. We'll show you. Top. You know, you're at your top, your bottom, your top, your bottom. You're likely to come to the top of the channel. And this is just pattern trading 101. This is what I went over in the trading group today. This is something that you want to be privy to and have the information to. Okay, last but not least, I do a little AMA now at the end of the live streams. Ask me anything. Boarding a plane to Miami, headed to Game 6. Let's go Heat. Really? Ugh. Headed to Miami for Game 6 and you want the Heat to win? I love you, Bumbo, but not today, baby. Not today, man. Celtics, man, one more game and we could do one of the biggest comebacks in history. Our team's better than the Heat, man. Let's be honest. Something was shady last night, though. Why did they sit Jimmy Butler at the end of the game? Anyone thought that was funny? Like they're going to save him? I thought you guys could have won the game. You weren't down by that much. There was 7 minutes left in the game, and you guys just started sitting starters. It's like you were giving up. It was pretty weird. It was like, I don't know. You know, I thought it was a bit weird. Like it was fixed, you know. Thanks for all you do, Lifer. Can I ask you, what would happen if Congress lets the debt ceiling default without raising the debt ceiling? Honestly, what would happen is we would go default. Like we wouldn't be able to pay our debts, right? And then when we don't pay our debts, the dollar will probably go down. People will lose jobs. You know, companies won't be able to rely on buying U.S. debt again. It'd be a pretty big issue. It's actually a good thing for Bitcoin, though, in the long term, which is sad because it's going to show that governments are just confused and they don't know how to run money at all. And Bitcoin is just a superior way to run money because you don't have anyone behind it. It's a code that works. So they're going to put the printers back on, though. They all want to keep eating their steak dinners. They all want to keep going to their fancy events. They're going to keep the charade on as long as they can. But I tell you right now, it's getting closer and closer to the time where it's going to go to the down the tubes. So just be very, very careful. I mean, if it's not 2 years, I don't see how they're going to go 5 more years. The 2008 crisis was really when it all started and it was all over. And we've just been patching it ever since. The Celtics are going to nail it. Let's go, baby. All professional games are fixed. Mafia. I really think they are, man. There's a high likelihood they are. They're going to turn the printers back on. The show goes on. Celtics in 7, baby. Shout out to Life for Adam, man. Anything can happen, man. I don't want to jinx us. 1 game at a time. We should never have lost 3 games. I don't know how we did that. I don't know how we collapsed the way we did. Great seeing the links already working. Was going to test out Bookmap. Seems worth it. Thank you for saying that. Bitcoin is the answer. Blockchain is the ticket. The $1 trillion coin. Amen. Confused, Sammy. You're too nice. Confused, Sammy. You're too nice. More like incompetent. Shout out to Tony Rosas. Heat and 6. I don't know what you're saying, Tony. You're talking about the Celtics? I don't even know. Oh, no, it's rigged. I know someone who makes a living sports betting, and he will tell me what happens before it does, and then boom, it happens. Everything is fixed, but finding the hidden signals is key. Amen. 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 Oh, yeah, what you said about the government. Oh, yeah, they're incompetent, for sure. For sure. Definitely incompetent. No, I mean, I'm with you on that. So, look, we're watching this 7-minute flag touching the 21-day moving average. I like what we're seeing here. I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin got another pump to the upside here later on and not too long from now. Feeling some bullish sentiment right now. Well, the whole world is short. Too many people are short. They're not looking at the signals that the market is giving us. All right? And again, I'm not 100%. We could dump to the downside, but this is highly likely going to play to the upside, in my humble opinion. But only time will tell. Only time will tell. Yeah, the way they handle things is absolutely horrible. Agreed. 100%. You know what I mean? 100%. They're a mess. They're a mess. All of them. Every single one of them. A mess. Just looking at our 15. 15 is a little overbought, saying that, hey, we need to chill out. 7-minute could press on that 15, though, and continue to the upside. Measure move is 27,230 for Bitcoin. Sam, what are you thinking about Hong Kong? Thank you for all you do and for us. I believe Hong Kong is going to make a big move here. I think a lot of money is going to come into the space, and it's going to push Bitcoin up a little bit. And you're going to see some altcoins pump as well. All right. 200-week SMA on Bitcoin. I like what he's saying there. One last thing we'll look at is the 200-week SMA. And the CME gap. I told you I'd show you the CME gaps. That's what I promised. Let's get it in. So we have a CME gap right here. See it? At about 34. It's in between 34,005 and 35,007. So we got a gap right there, and we have a gap at 20,400. I left an order down here just in case Bitcoin goes to that area, but it's unlikely that it does. You know what I mean? In my humble opinion. So, we're waiting on it. We're going to see what happens. But right now, to me, we could go to either one. They're both pretty close. I mean, we're at 27,000. So one is 7,000 away, one is 7,000 away. They're both $7,000 away from each other. We're kind of right in the middle of the CME gap. We're oversold in the daily time frame, oversold in the 2-day, and oversold in the 3-day chart, which tells me it's less likely we'll hit this area than that area. We look at our weekly, and we are hugging the 200 SMA, like my man just said. And as long as we stay above that 200 SMA, and usually that is a good, strong bounce point, especially once you lose it, you come back for the retest. We're just retesting the 200 SMA, in my humble opinion, and a massive move could be happening. Even the weekly starting to possibly turn bullish and get a move back to the upside. And that's a falling wedge on these bigger time frames. So, again, anything could happen. We could go all the way to the downside. We could go to 10K. We could go to 16K. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. I have no idea where Bitcoin's going to go. But I just want to be really, really, just looking at the charts, there's a lot more bullishness than people realize. All right. I called this pump earlier today in my trading group. Shout out to anyone that took advantage of that move to the upside. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So there's your CME gaps. There's Bitcoin in a bit of a nutshell. And I've given you so much information to help you along your way. Now it's up to you to see what you can do. All right. Now it's up to you for you to see what you can do. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, PEPEPOW Mia, proof of work, Mina Blue, GPUs. I don't know, man. I saw that too the other day, Lil's indicator. I don't know. So many fake Pepe's now. I don't know, man. PEPEPOW, Pepe proof of work. And it's on Wrapped ETH on Uniswap. Pepe Poo. I don't know which one's the right one is. I'm going to have to do my research, man. You know what I mean? It's kind of like USHARK. Like, will it or will it? I don't know. Pepe POW. $4,000 liquidity. I don't know, man. I got to move on right now. I'm not having it. Maybe you're getting in at the early stages. Who knows? I'd have to do my own research before I look at a meme coin like that and get in. Remember, MEXC is the place to be. Lower fees than any other place in the game. And don't be skeptical. There really are 0 spot maker and taker fees. 0 fees, man. When they say 0 fees, they mean 0 fees. They're not playing with you. So we showed you the 7-minute flag, which is likely to break to the upside. I would not be surprised if we got a push to the upside. Touching the 21-day moving average, this flag looks ready to go. There's a 68% chance that this does continue to the upside. So it's more likely we get a push to the upside than not, but only time will tell. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Thank you so much for being here. I'm in my mom's house in the upstairs. So let's have a big chug. Let's finish the lemon water. I let that sit. I had my first meal in about a half an hour, something like that, to an hour. God bless you all for being here. Thank you so much for getting me through these times with the loss of my father. I can't believe I lost my father basically on live streams. Like, you guys watched me go through a life-changing process on my channel, you know, and when you're dedicated to a channel, anything can happen while you're on that channel, and people are going to watch your real life, you know, and all the ups and downs that happen with it. And on my way to $1 billion, we're going to hit the $1 billion mark. Can you believe that? We're going to hit $1 billion, and we're going to be able to change so many people's lives. That's the key here. That's what we're going to do, and nothing's going to stop us. We have God on our side. We can push, and as long as we believe, we're going to be able to achieve. Everyone, I love you so much. God bless each and every one of you, and I cherish you all. Thank you so much for being here, and may God bless you all. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you on the next live stream tomorrow morning for a quick update, and there's my wife walking into the shop. You wanted everyone to see you?
No, but we have a meeting. So.
All right. I love you, everyone. Thank you. God bless.
It looked nice. I tuned in and it looked nice. The background, everything was